know what, I don't know what, I told you what I think.
All I have,
I know you've been over.
Sir, we gotta-
build this stuff.
just take that, and look at that. It's supposed to be 5 lots on here, not 6. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Okay,
You are live.
all right.
So you want me to set up a...
Call me. No, we are leaving.
Okay, folks,
You're good.
we're 23 minutes late, but at least we're on. So that's a good thing. Welcome to our Selectmen's meeting of the 22nd, I think it is. It still is? Good.
Still is.
Everyone's here. And as usual, we'll start with our town clerk.
Okay. The bond for Danielle has been issued. It's at Chalmers for their review. I'm not quite sure what they do to review it, but they will forward it shortly. And will be billed directly by Travelers Insurance. I think it was either $221 or $224. Email spam, this is just a follow-up from last week's message. Just make sure you know who you're communicating with, even with email. The next one is for you, Jesse.
Yep,
Did you?
looking right now, right here.
Okay, yeah.
11 and 226.
11,
Does that sound right? I can't even remember the two questions I asked him. Upload is 11, download is 226.
okay, so that's gotta be 2.26. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to him. Well, I guess I can talk to him, but did he give you information about what their installation was, Ed? Or was he going to, or Ron Sylvia?
No.
No, okay. I will contact him directly then. Yeah. Personnel policy, Danielle and I are gonna get together and she's gonna do some looking at that. We haven't had a chance to yet, but we will. The first QuickBook note here is just the same as I had last week. We have until May 31st with our current version. The second QuickBooks one, I did, however, forget that our payroll subscription to QuickBooks, which we renew every year, was also up, and that has been renewed. We didn't have any choice on that. That was a $685 bill. Trio last week upgraded our version of software to include the budgetary and payroll modules. Had some initial startup issues. They forgot to install a blank database for payroll, so when you ran payroll, it bombed you out of the software. But I spent a couple hours on Friday waiting for them to call me, and then they ended up calling first thing Monday morning.
Is this a phase-in, David?
Is this what?
Is a phase-in of partial
Well,
operation? When is it going to be complete?
Trio's portion is complete.
It is.
Now, Ron Bollier, who I see, I spelled his name wrong, in the next one, I guess we'll be implementing our budgetary account numbers and how that all works. I'm not familiar with Trio budgetary, so I'm not sure what that involves. And then someone, I think it's Ron also, is going to convert our QuickBooks data over to Trio. So there's a U at the end of Ron's name. Not that it matters to you guys, but it matters to him, I'm sure. We lost power on Monday for about an hour, and new battery backup for our QuickBooks and Trio server worked fine. That's good. However, most of the other battery backups ran down very quickly. Most of them quicker than we could shut the computers down. So I need to look at that, and we'll probably be replacing some batteries. It's been almost 3 years for those batteries. Yeah, anyways, I need to look at that. I haven't gotten there. Foreclosures. Unfortunately, we did foreclose on 2 properties yesterday. I included the tax sheets, although remember there are no more taxes due because the town owns the properties. But you want to look at making sure these people get notified, first of all. Second of all, make sure that the one on Keyser Mountain Road is insured. That one I believe is still lived in.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah. And she signed for the letter. I mean, she knew. It's unfortunate. And then work out a repayment plan. Now, the issue with the repayment plan is that this year, well, in 2019, foreclosures were delayed a little bit because of the pandemic. It was actually in 2020 that we issued the lien notices, and I delayed those because I was giving people as much of a chance as I could. That meant our foreclosure was delayed, which means if you're going to try and get these into repurchase agreements before April 1st, you have about that much time. Otherwise, you're going to have to add in another year's worth of what the taxes would be, because we won't be able to tax them this coming tax cycle. Because they don't, it's as of April 1st that we tax the owner, so we would own them on April 1st.
I can send out letters tomorrow, David.
Okay?
Is this something that we can help with at all? I mean,
Well, this is your, you need to talk to Debbie. Yeah. This is not from the tax collector. Debbie probably has letters that she's sent to people in the past that she can just make changes to.
okay.
And probably a certified copy should go to them, as well as one first class. And then those fees, if we need to, can be added into the repurchase.
Yep.
So one of these is out of state and the other one is here.
The owner, yes. Uh-huh. Yep.
But both parties signed for the,
Land.
The land only, there are actually 3 people that were notified. 2 of them signed for it. So, again, they obviously knew. The 2021 taxes, we collected a few more, but not a lot. So we're at about 92.6%. Our past due taxes, there are 36 accounts that owe 2020 taxes for a total of about $46,098. And there's still 207 accounts that owe 234,000 and about 235,000. So still got some there. The ARPA funds, it was my understanding that we were required to file something by the end of the month, even though we didn't spend any money. Is that true?
I don't know.
Has that been done?
We'll find out.
Okay, you got about that much time again.
There should be a form online for this to file.
I'm sure there is, yeah. Recreational marijuana, there was something I was gonna say about that. Darn, I apologize, I put this together at the last minute, this report, because we've been pretty busy. And I'm not gonna come up with it. But if you skip down into the Stanley Building 2019 taxes were indeed paid last
Good.
Thursday. So please, can we move on?
Unfortunately, I don't know. Are we talking to David again today?
Yeah, he's already aware of it, so
Right. Yeah.
he should be.
I mean, the Stanley Building,
So, well,
you're out of, really.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he doesn't want to go back and reoccupy that
so
building.
David Lowry made me understand last week that there's any normal, like the title insurance, you know, was what they're worried about, you know, the amounts is on closing on the mill property. But David Lowry, the way I understood it is it would be obvious to a title insurance company that this was nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I told Scott that, and Scott said he was gonna talk to whoever his lawyer is, but
Yeah.
Tasty.
you know how that goes.
So, I have a saying for what the Mounces should do, but I'm not gonna say it online, but they should do something. Or you guys should do something, please.
Well, it's in Lowry's hands right now. We're waiting, we should hear on the,
Well,
Appeal.
he works for you. It's
Yeah.
really in your hands. Okay. And then the last two on the back are just ongoing electronics disposal. I don't know if you have any more on that from possibilities with Tri-Town. And then other viruses to beware of. The feds think that the Russians are gonna just try and cyber take over us. Whatever that means, they're gonna be aiming at big companies and,
Big towns.
yeah, big cities, utilities, who knows? So just be careful, especially any links that you click on inside an email. Now, the virus protection that we have is pretty good. In most cases, it'll protect you, but can't guarantee it. And I think that's it.
All right. Anyone got any questions for David that we haven't talked about?
well, I think it's a good time to bring up the generator. I'm gonna call for another quote from another company on the generator system, so
Good?
I think that might be a safe way for us to worry about the Russians at this point. Who
Okay.
knows what else will happen.
All right, folks, we're gonna spend a few minutes reviewing signing off on some bills. This is where a few years ago we tried to play music and got chastised for that.
That was my fault. We got more than chastised. We got cut off. I played copyrighted music and I didn't realize it. And
What if,
Facebook picked up on it and they cut it off.
Yes.
what if we play it on separate speakers?
Yeah, you can do that. Well, no. If it's
on
something,
Facebook still.
yeah, Facebook will still pick
Oh,
it
they'll
up.
still pick
Yeah,
it up.
I
yeah.
think they'd have more significant things to do.
Well, it's all automated.
I
They're
know,
not
but
sitting there waiting
still,
for us to.
yes, they are. Someone's got their finger on the Parsonsfield button.
We get Ed to sing, that would be good.
There we go. Oh, but did he sign a singer release? Maybe a little bit.
Christmas sakes. Have patience, folks. We're trying to get through this. Oh, dear.
Need anybody else to sign these revisions?
I don't think so, Harvey. You can initial if you want to. I mean, Harvey, you said the carpet cleaning, the floor cleaning looked good on the.
Well, it's a matter of opinion, but I don't know what we can do about it at this present time without an additional cost.
Well, it's certainly clean.
Thank you.
Yeah. That back there from and tomorrow will be his name done there. Well, it's because it's old enough for his first, but his name was on the original lien. Yeah, I believe it's Kevin, you own second,
Hey, Deb, can you just quickly look, how we doing on our salt expenditures? I know we got some,
Shouldn't be any more.
well, that's what I'm curious how we did.
I do know that just for a reference, the north side of town has about 40-ish miles, 42-ish miles, using the same as Porter, and use exactly half the salt sand. We use 900, Maya used 900, and Porter used 2,000. So if that makes you feel better about what Maya's doing.
It's a lot of sand and salt. in
Okay,
Porter.
so maybe they lose a little bit more salt because theirs is out in the open and ours isn't anymore. Theirs is where ours used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Salt might leach out a little bit more, but I mean, that's quite a drastic difference.
so they use twice as much for,
The same mileage. Yeah.
And I don't recall any complaints this year about not enough sand and salt.
No, and it was as icy as
Yeah.
it ever is, so.
Mhm.
Well, on that side of town, we didn't have any. We had some on the other side.
Right.
all right, folks, thank you for your patience if anyone's stuck around. We have anyone sticking around? 5?
We had 6.
Oh, I'm sorry, we lost one. All right, so we reviewed the last week's notes and paid, reviewed bills for this week. No ads in the shopping guide. The CEO report. Just a lot of applications coming in for building. The animal control. She gave a little explanation of how she logs in her calls. She logs in 2 hours for every call. Sometimes she says way more than that, but she doesn't charge more than 2 hours. So this is probably a realistic average for each call considering the size of the town. And it includes initial phone call, complaint, travel time. Also includes talking to the complainant again, usually on the scene, talking to people in question. So,
Yeah, I didn't think that was an unrealistic number. I mean, we could do a little better only if we had somebody in town.
Yeah.
You know, someone lived on the Cornish-Parsonsfield line, that would be great, but
it's
the reality of that happening,
we had here a lot happening on Elm Street. 438, 89, 89. Mudgett and Elm Street again, 28 Elm. So significant problem on 89 with a municipal, multiple types of animals. Nature's complaint was animal cruelty. Summonses were issued, 28 summonses. So obviously the state is involved in this and the court system will be involved in this. The Secaucus Road, we had some concern about hazardous containers. And we contacted the Maine DEP and they're coming to remove the containers.
Do we have any idea what's in them?
No, I'm just trying to, this is the first
One could be paint, and the other one had been opened and left open over the winter. I was there this weekend. And could be oil in it. They're 5-gallon pails, one of which I found down in the brook sideways in it, so I can only assume that it can't be any good to get into the river.
Yeah.
So if they need help in finding out where these are, I can do that if somebody notifies me.
It just, the note here says there are 2 containers closer to the rocks that seem to contain hazardous material, of which one is spilling over. This is not far from the Ospey River and a tributary feeding into the Ospey River.
Right.
So Harvey seems to think it might be oil.
One of them could have had used oil in it. The other one, I'm not sure, was a full 5-gallon gray material, like whether it was paint or not. It could have been, I don't know. I'm only guessing that. It didn't smell terribly caustic, but so it could be, water-based paint of some sort. Gray. What you might call real gray matter.
There you go.
The solar update workshop has been rescheduled from March 29th at 3 o'clock concerning starting the work on the solar farm out by the old box shop. They're planning to get going, as I said, last week in the next few weeks. Stanley Building, an easement, our attorney sent this information to the attorney of the owners of the Stanley Building, whether they will accept service of the attached, which is six pages of legal
So what?
information.
So, let me read number 14. That kind of sums it up.
Okay. This is 14 of the,
14 of, this is number 14 of the 14
Okay.
findings of fact or declaratory. Asking for declaratory judgment. This is basically what we've been asking for months now that the court has not given us. Plaintiff has been attempting to sell the property subordinate to the easement for nominal upon conditions intended to rehabilitate the dilapidated structures on the property, and has found that the existence of the easement is an obstacle to that sale. Wherefore, plaintiff, Town of Parsonsfield, asks that this honorable court declare the rights and duties of the parties with respect to the easement, and to specifically to declare that the easement no longer burdens the property. Respectfully submitted, David Lowry. Pretty much, the Mounters would have no choice but to buy it if we could get that, or and I guess if we have higher powers ourselves to tell them to either buy it or don't, then
well, we can terminate the lease, start charging them a fee. We've got options.
especially and if we're gonna talk to David again today,
No.
oh, not today, I swore last week he told us that there should be no issue now getting a clear title, even without this. I swear that's what he said, but it's so hard to get everything, hear what he's talking about. But
It's really strange, the information that goes back and forth on this. See if I can find something quickly that will...
strange or frustrating?
Well, I understand lawyers have to do their thing, but
Everyone can just do their part and do the right thing and get along.
Okay,
It's a lot
this is-
easier.
now this is before that response that we got from our attorney. Their attorney responded with 6 pages of information.
Yeah, the first is the best, though.
Well, that's what I was going to read. Count 1, this is counterclaim for nuisance. The plaintiffs, that's the owners of the Stanley Building, admit the allegations set forth in paragraph 1. The plaintiffs used the Stanley Building as a residence and occasionally rented space to tenants. Oh, that makes sense. It's true.
Yep.
But denied that their use generated septic waste. Now, come on, guys. An attorney wrote
Well,
this.
but the worst part is that right there can hold everything up for.
Well, that's why he had to, it's, never mind. Very frustrating, folks, when you get comments like that from attorneys. Thankfully, not our attorney. And I'd certainly like to meet people that don't generate septic waste. That could probably be in a museum or something.
According to that, you have met some.
Moving on.
Moving, yes. All right. Legal fees. Someone wants $100.
Yeah. So I certainly didn't put my foot in my mouth when I told him to go ahead and send us the bill to split it. I mean, Ron
Yeah,
did a lot of legwork for that. He did most of
I
it.
think we agreed upon that.
Yeah, we did.
We did. The legal fees were
Yeah.
basically $440 to be split between the 4 towns. So our legal fees to get this new contract for rescue would be $109.38. So
I would think getting 4 towns together like that is a bargain.
yeah. We're approving the transfer from the reserve account to the general account of the money we had reserved for the purchase of the solar equipment on top of the town hall.
If I can interject.
You certainly may.
Okay. Our display out there is working again, albeit not as nicely as it was. The people that generate that changed their format and created a new website. That's why we weren't getting anything. We didn't know about that.
Okay.
So I put the new information in. I don't like the display as much. It's just 2 screens, and the one that shows the typical bell curve for a day's generation. It's hard to see. I mean, it's a real fine line. If you're standing right in front of it, you can see it. But it's what there is, so.
I tried turning that on this morning and I didn't.
Oh, after power, yeah, no, I have to reset the computer behind it. Yeah, I forgot about that, sorry. I'll do that.
And they have sent us an invoice, so we'll be paying that invoice. The town will own the equipment, start saving some money. Naturally, there's a maintenance fee to maintain this equipment, which will be about roughly $600 a year. However, we receive energy credits every year that we can turn in for money, which comes out to about $600 a year. So in effect, the credits we receive extra money offset the maintenance costs. So our direct cost savings will just be the energy generated by our array. And we'll be getting back to people with 5 people, 6 people, who knows. Or we'll write something in the shopping guide saying what we feel the system's gonna do and how much we're gonna save per year. But that was a 6-7 year project, folks. The school budget calendar we have coming up. May 2nd is the public budget hearing. in the cafeteria, SVMC, 7 o'clock. The only time I remember those being really attended was when the new high school was putting an elevator in. And that really got some people upset, so there was really a lot of people there. Otherwise, it's not very many people show up. And the budget referendum is May 17th. 3 to 8, voting at the town hall.
I guess they're gonna tell the clerks about that sometime, since
They
they have to
haven't-
run the elections.
Well, that's months away.
Okay. I would think we'd be on the front line of notification, but I
Well,
guess.
certainly on the line. Can we call this a notification?
I don't believe you. I want
Do
it
you
from the
consider
horse's
yourself
mouth.
notified? But it's May 17th, voting 3 to 8.
It'll take us that long to set up the voting booths.
Yeah,
We'll have
that's
to
right.
redo that. Want to thank Harvey and Jesse Winters for a lot of back-breaking work, putting all the material back into the gym. Had to be cleaned out when we had the floors done. Floors look very nice. And Jesse and Harvey moved all that stuff back into the kitchen, the gym, everywhere. So we appreciate it. I appreciate it. The town appreciates it. This is a Zoom webinar, Revitalizing Main Villages and Downtowns, April 1st, from 1 to 3. Are you planning to get involved in that, Harv, or do you know anything about it, right, except for this?
I hadn't thought about it till now, so.
Well, certainly, it seems something certainly the comprehensive committee should
Yeah.
have an oar in the water, so to speak.
Yeah, we'll set something up with Deb, see if we can get in on that.
It's on a Friday.
It's on a Friday?
I can do it at home, but
Is there any printed material on it
it's what I gave you last week.
last week?
But it's gonna be a grant process, so
Yeah.
it's probably something that's gonna have to start right off soon. I'll take it for you if you want me to. I'll watch it at home.
That's all right, Friday you have off, don't you?
Yeah, that's all right. At home.
Well, yeah, and if there's any printout from that, it would be good too. Grant
I mean,
writing is not,
The Southern Maine should obviously be involved in this. They should,
I can ask them too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I hope to have somebody from Southern Maine out here next month for the comprehensive plan committee.
okay, road commissioner, we talked to a couple weeks, maybe asking Meyer to come out and talk about the best way to handle the 2 gravel pits we have, as far as posting the roads, not posting the roads, whatever. Jesse mentioned you're going to the next Tri-Town meeting. Harvey, you have anything?
Well, just one health hazard thing. We hopefully have fixed our defibrillator.
So if someone wants to have a heart attack,
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
You want to come in and,
We're ready for you.
you want to come in and try it out, you might be shocked at what we know about.
You might be shocked, period.
Yeah,
There you go.
I think maybe we can ask Debbie to have Rescue come up here. And they have a little course they go through with that. Plus
I'd
the,
like to see it.
yeah, plus first aid, they have dummies for first aid and
We have the dummies, they just gotta come.
Yeah. Well, we, just
Yeah. Yeah, no, I couldn't remember. We took the course and
I
got
know, it was
certification, but
3 or 4 years ago or whatever, and, yeah, exactly.
anyways, longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, right? Okay, so we'll, and Harvey's checking in to see whether the Red Cross will participate in designating this an emergency center. They've been reluctant to talk to us.
Well, I don't know why. I guess a lot of the places where they maintain an apartment or a building or an office or something, they don't actually operate them. There's one central place that they use, and I haven't found that yet. But I have talked with Mike at the EMS service, and he was gonna try and get me in touch with those people, see where we can go with it. It would be nice to know before we get into,
Right, I mean, that's,
technically get in.
right, exactly. Whether we can provide the service or not will really determine the size of the generator that we would probably need to power the building.
Yeah.
Anywhere from a little expenditure to a giant expenditure.
Well, it's not totally giant in the overall picture, but
Yeah, it's pretty giant.
pretty giant. I'm gonna get another quote anyways,
Yeah,
so we
I
can
would
see
do
where
that,
we're at.
yeah.
I wanna know if we got apples to apples here. Their wattage might be different. I don't know where they compile their wattage, but
The quote that I got was less than half of that, and I thought it was a lot.
yeah, but,
But I know, I'm shocked that everything's changing.
well, maybe we can get the defib unit on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look into it further and find out more information. That's the only way we can
Right.
move forward with it.
Jesse is a additional duty. No. Could you, at some time the next week or two, walk around the building? Remember we talked about this building, fixing the rot down below and putting some kind of siding up, like the metal or something on the side of the building all around it to,
Yeah.
whether to just give us what you feel is a reasonable price to do that. So when we go to the town, we'll be able to give them a number that we feel comfortable with.
Okay. What I feel is reasonable, or what we're gonna have to.
Well, that's another problem. I don't want you to,
Yeah,
what
no,
you
I-
think we're gonna pay.
Yeah, okay.
The only problem there is that things may be dramatically different.
Well, then we'll have to go back to the town and say,
Yeah, metal actually has been kind of pretty
Yeah.
the same, or siding has been
oh,
fairly.
could we say we only afford to do half the building?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so, that's about it, folks. Things are moving, I don't know, well, I guess they're moving in a good direction. Thank you very much for listening. 5, 6?
Hold on, we gotta,
Yeah, 5 stuff.
5, okay. Jeff, you have a,
Yeah, I was just wondering why the agenda wasn't on the website today.
because it didn't get done.
Okay, that's fine. Last week we had a meeting. I noticed that we did broadcast,
That's true.
but we didn't record it like the planning board does, so that we could actually listen to the recording.
Yeah, I don't, how does that work, David?
We could have, we didn't.
Okay, maybe
That-
that's.
Honestly, yeah, that's a good backup. That did not occur to me, I'll be quite
It
frank. I
occurred
was,
to me, but I didn't have
Yeah.
a moment to speak.
I was kind of panicking
Jeff,
because I
raise your
couldn't get
hand,
on.
we always point to
You
you.
know, and I said I wanted to be on the air.
Well, you were on air as much as we were last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
And
Yep.
the gym floor, Javi says it's a matter of opinion, but it's really a matter of fact. They didn't do a very good job.
Well, I guess,
So what do you mean they didn't do a good job? So is it,
There's areas like that might not even be in plans.
No, it's actually just the opposite.
you know,
They started stripping, and they stripped 3 times. And they then came in and got Debbie and me and went in to show us that there were some areas where the tiles, the wax stripped completely down to the tile. Most of it, though, there's still old wax on it. He said we could spend another day here and we still wouldn't get it off.
It was supposed to be done right.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue what's supposed to be, I'm just
Right,
telling you.
right. I'm just saying that
The
floor-
areas that look like they don't have any wax on it were stripped down to the tiles, and they indeed have 3 coats of new wax.
I asked the custodians that did floors like this,
Yeah.
entire, the same floor. And I said, could it be done in a day? And they said, yes, it could be done in a day.
Hmm.
It just won't be done right.
Okay.
So nobody that you gave me their name was interested at all in doing anything. So I have nothing to judge on who to hire, and I don't even know what it's supposed to look like when it's done. So unless I paid you to sit here and babysit, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, so it does, I looked at it and it isn't like smooth, glossy looking at the whole thing. I picked up on that real quick. But from what they said when I came in and asked, the layers that, for what doesn't look, my number one concern is, by the sounds, is it got covered with, and it's protected. No, it does not look like a brand new floor, I'll completely agree. But if there's that much wax is what they say, then
How much wax did it say?
there was 3 coats on what they put 3 coats on, and then they didn't even get all the wax off that was on there. So the wax that was on there is protecting still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's still, did you watch the video?
No, I did not.
Oh, that was the thing with, and splash where it goes on the baseboards and stuff.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Stuff. That wasn't done. I want to do it straight out. You know,
So
sometimes
he
you-
never, I understand, but he
sometimes you have to
never,
go and meet- I know, I try to warn everybody. Okay, so-
well, you can warn us, Jim, but I can't, I'm not a floor guy. I
No,
can't.
I know.
When I hire an insulation guy, I can't.
I'm not blaming you. I'm
Well.
just saying, a matter of opinion, but it's more of a matter of fact. Okay, so that's.
We tried to get you to do it, though. We would have paid you the same we paid them.
Yeah, I would have loved to have that.
Well, you could have done it.
Yeah.
And if the mill building is gonna be leased, are you gonna advertise that, the lease?
If it's going to be
What?
leased again,
Yeah.
I would think so. I mean, we haven't.
Well, they'd have to, you can't,
Yeah, what? I just.
it's already leased,
Okay.
all right?
It is leased currently, so we would have.
It's currently leased, so what do you,
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna give it an option for the public to lease it.
Well, if we
Why?
came to terms with them and we said either get, do it or don't, and we happen to decide to terminate the
I'm
lease.
just asking, that's all.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think we're anywhere near that yet.
Well, I'll give you double what you paid for.
I'm sorry?
Maybe talking. Are you gonna redo the floors?
All right, you,
So I told Mr. Bauer I would bring him pictures of the trucks that are running out.
oh,
They were
okay.
running out of the pit near my house, but they're still running out of the Randall Lake pit onto Cranbrook.
Okay, we have a note that's being typed up for you,
Oh, good. Thank you.
so you probably, Debbie will probably get it done tomorrow, and in the mail maybe Thursday,
Wonderful.
so you'll get it in 2 weeks.
I will
No, hopefully you'll get it at the end of the week or Monday.
Are you gonna stop by just to look at it before I send it out?
Are you gonna type what I said?
Most of the time I do,
Well,
but a lot of times I don't.
well, that's why I probably should stop in then.
Yes, okay, please stop it.
Pre-editorial.
Tomorrow.
I also noticed that the school buses are running at 7 a.m. and 3:30, like I passed one coming in. So that is one of the stipulations, is that they don't run buses. They don't run the trucks with the buses running. So, and I didn't know if you knew what time they ran. I have been trying to pay attention to it.
Right.
But I'm sure it's different on every road.
But,
It
okay,
is, but I would say you're probably not far off. They have to, especially over your way, they would have to start picking kids up by 7 o'clock if they're ever gonna get them there by 8,
6:30.
whatever. What time do they go by your house?
Is it really?
6:45?
20.
6:20, yeah.
Wow.
So anyways,
Right.
I will be waiting with bated breath for the
okay.
letter from you. Thank you.
I'm sure you'll be able to exhale once you read it.
I hope so.
Then you might be gasping for breath again, but,
Thank you.
okay, folks, thank you very much. Always a pleasure. second.